So it's been a few weeks since I've moved my CRM and email marketing to GoldStar Pro. But what did I learn during this move? That's what I'm going through in this video. Hi, I'm Jason Kruger, and on this channel, I look to keep tech simple. So as I said, I've just moved to GoldStar Pro, and it's been a few weeks now, and I've been enjoying the system. But what have I learned during this migration? Well, there are a couple of things, and I've actually taken some notes to make sure that I don't forget any. And kind of the first area that I want to highlight is the importance of planning and planning ahead on what data that you want to move across. This is a great time to actually do a bit of a list clean, so that you're not just importing all the data and maybe only 70 or 80% of it is actually going to be valid. You're just going to be filling up the new system with a lot of junk. So I think at this point it is a great starting point to actually go through your email list and see which ones you actually want to move across. Now, if you have been segmenting your list, you will have people that might have unsubscribed. These people you do not need to move across to the new system because you're not going to be able to email them from the new system anyway, especially if they've unsubscribed. You don't want to start sending them emails from the new system and then they start marking you as spam and start causing you issues on the new platform. So make sure that you aren't moving those across. Now, what I would say is, still download them and keep them as a CSV file or Excel spreadsheet on your computer, because you might be able to use that data in other ways through Facebook targeting, etc., and get them back on your list legitimately. So that is a great starting point. But also go through your workflow. So if you are in a system where you've got a lot of workflows that you might need to move across, so maybe sales pipelines, things like that you want to replicate in the new system, look to see how to move those across. Automations. Now, I had the same. I had to go through all my automations and make sure that I copied the ones that I am currently using to the new system, get them all connected up to, landing pages, maybe create new landing pages, etc., to connect everything together so that I know that all those automations are still working. So when you are moving across, planning ahead is vital, in that basically to make sure that you're not going to lose any data, that you have everything set up. So I would plan ahead, see the contacts that you want to move across, the workflows or automations that you also need to move across. And you probably find that there's going to be some old automations that you stopped using and you don't need them anymore. And again, they're probably cluttering up the old system. So use this as a spring cleaning moment as well, just to make sure that everything is fresh on the new system. And as I've said, doing the migration, it's making sure that you are copying all the right data. Now, a lot of times when you do an export out of a CRM or email marketing system, they might just give you every bit of information that it has, like IP addresses that they've signed up from and all that type of information. A lot of that information you will not need to copy across. The main ones, especially if you're just doing email marketing, is going to be name, last name if you have it, email address, and potentially any other contact information that you have. So you do need to make sure that, your import files have all of this information. And sometimes it's also a good opportunity to go through those spreadsheets and just tidy things up if you need to. Now, the one thing that I learned moving from Keep is that when I was exporting the information, even though I was exporting everything, the one area that it did not export were tags, which in kind of the older version of Keep, the Infusionsoft version, I was always able to do that. On this one, I wasn't able to. You might be able to if you speak to support, but I couldn't find any settings just on the normal exports to do that. And sometimes this can be a bit of a pain, especially if you've got a large list, because you can import tags into a new system. And sometimes you want to keep those tags on those people. So that was something that I did learn moving from keepers that it didn't have that. So I had to look to see how I was going to import them. So I had to kind of do exports of people just with those tags, import them. And so, go through all those types of tags. And then I did have to do a little bit of a cleanup in GoldStar Pro, because there was some contacts that were kind of copied across that didn't correspond with some of the other tags. Basically, when I send out emails, I have certain tags, if they green, amber, or red, depending on if they've opened emails, etc. And I just want to make sure that I'm sending it to the right people. So it was just that element that I needed just to tidy up slightly. It wasn't a major hiccup, and it took a few minutes just to clean up. So that wasn't a major issue, but it's just some things that you do need to think about when you are moving across. The other one is also going to be working out the new system. No matter which system you're moving to, there's always going to be a learning curve, and every system is going to have its own quirks on how it does certain things and maybe how it doesn't do certain things. So you might need to just work those out. And there was a few areas that I needed to just work out to see how GoldStar Pro actually dealt with certain things, which now I can pass on to clients, etc., who might be looking to move to GoldStar Pro as well. So there are going to be a few things that might be different moving from one system to another. It's just working out how the new system actually deals with that. A lot of times they will do the same thing, but in a slightly different way. So it's kind of just learning those little variances in systems. And another major area that I think is crucial is the support and documentation. Because if you're moving to a new system, as I've just said, there might be different quirks to the system. So being able to speak to support and get help with figuring out how to do it in the new system, or looking at the support documentation is vital. I must say GoldStar Pro have been excellent in that. They do have kind of support calls basically every day, or kind of coaching calls every day at various times each day, so that if you do have any issues, you can jump on one of these calls and ask them questions, and then they can help you go through that. And I've done that once already, and I found it invaluable. And they also have a lot of documentation. And I think it is crucial when you are moving to a new system that there is that support and documentation for you, so that you can learn that new system. As I said, a lot of the systems are very similar in what they do, but they might do it in a different way. Their interfaces will be different, and it's just learning that new system. There will be a learning curve. It just depends on how steep it's going to be. So making sure that that documentation is there, and I think that is vital, and it proved, very valuable to me when I've done my migration. And kind of my last thing on this is my advice for anyone that is looking to move to a new system. And, my first one, as I said before, is making sure that you plan everything out. Try and plan as much as you can before you start doing any migration. Do any test exports out of one system just to see what that data is like. And if you are on a trial on the new system, maybe do a few little test imports. I'm not saying do your whole list. Maybe just have 3 or 4 people, just so you can see what the process is, where there might be a few issues that you need to sort out before you do any major migration. And give yourself time to do all of this. Sometimes it's not going to be a thing that you're going to just do in a few hours. Sometimes it can be, depending on the size of your list and other things that you need to build out. Generally, like for me, it didn't take, it took a few days, because I had to rebuild a lot of my campaigns, the automations, and in some cases, 1 or 2 of the landing pages I rebuilt in GoldStar Pro. One, for me to learn the system, but also because it was hosted somewhere else and I wanted to keep it all in one and have it all set up in GoldStar Pro. So it gave me a chance to learn how parts of the system worked, but it just means not everything is in one place. So do give yourself time to do this. And if you can, give yourself extra time so that you can test everything out before the old system becomes null and void and you hit the expiry date on that subscription. Give yourself some time where you can still have both systems, and just in case you've missed something, you can always go back and get that information that you might need. And I think lastly is, if you are planning to do this and you're not 100% sure, is ask for help. I'm here to help you if you do need any help in that, but also the support staff on these systems, do reach out to them as well, because they can help you with that migration and give you some pointers there as well. So I do like GoldStar Pro. Again, there are going to be some nuances that I'm going to find along the way, and I will keep you updated. There are definitely going to be more videos on GoldStar Pro. I'm probably going to do another video in a few weeks' time, kind of looking back on this whole journey and keep you updated on how it's going with GoldStar Pro. And then after that, I'll probably do a review video and probably a few other how-tos, etc. So if something like that is of interest to you, then please do look to subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell so that you get notified when I post those videos. And if you are looking to sign up to GoldStar Pro, then please do use the link in the description. Yes, it is my affiliate link, and I will get a commission if you do look to continue with your trial and get a paid account with GoldStar Pro. But anyone that does sign up through my link, I am going to be creating a few other videos in my own little membership area on GoldStar Pro, just going through a few nuances and things that you might need to look out for, and a few other little training videos, etc. So you'll get my support in that way as well. But that's going to be only for anyone that signs up using my affiliate link. So please look for that link down below. So I hope this video helps you understand some of the things that I've found and learned along the way doing my migration, because I think there were a few things that I did pick up on, and I hope that these might help you in the future if you are looking to do the same move. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.